Oh, that crunching you hear is myself enjoying some of the snacks you brought. Thank you for that.
My fault.
Chef Tom Williams.
Hey, how are you today, Mr. Greeby?
I'm doing well now that I'm fed. Thank you.
Good.
You're from the Brambleton Avenue store.
Yes, sir. 4404. Brambleton Avenue.
Yep. The one right down the street from the Case Corner.
That's right.
Location.
There you go. Frittata.
For what?
Frittata. It's kind of like a quiche without a crust.
Okay.
And
A crustless quiche.
yeah, I'm just trying to come up with a few ideas that everybody can utilize over the Christmas holidays. This is something you can do for breakfast. It's real fast and easy, low maintenance.
That's the thing about it. You got guests in your house, and you're like,
Yeah.
what am I going to do with all these people?
I'm going to start out by, I've got a little bit of kale here,
Uh-huh.
and I'm going to wilt it in the pan a little bit.
Kale is a superfood, I'm told.
Yes, it is. It's very good for you. It's healthy. It's, and now we're showing that it can be a breakfast item.
Wow.
So we're going to put the kale in there and wilt it a little bit. And then right here I've got about 8 eggs. That's probably more than is going to fit in the pan. So, you can adjust the amount of eggs that you use according to the size of your pan. So the kale is wilted a little bit. I'm going to take the eggs that I've beaten. You can use an egg substitute.
Okay.
That works well. You can use break-free eggs or something like that. Any of these will work. So just like if you're making an omelet, you're going to put your eggs in the pan. And one of the little tricks is, Bruce, if he's getting it on camera, you can tilt the pan like this.
Yes.
And
That's assuming that your eggs don't stick to the side initially.
right. Well, this is a nice nonstick pan. I had some rendered bacon fat in there to cook the frittata with. Then I'm going to take some pre-cooked bacon. We'll sprinkle that in here. Just like this.
Some people at home are probably saying, Tom, this just looks like a spinach omelet here.
Sure does, but it's not. It's a frittata, because that's kale. Okay, this is some shredded Asiago cheese. Mr. Greeby, you are such a funny guy. And here's what makes it different. So you don't have to worry about folding this over or turning it over on a plate and putting it back in.
Oh, I got you.
We've got our oven set to broil, and in she goes. And then you and I both need to remember that pan will be extremely hot coming out of the oven, and we need to use a hot mitt.
Let's not grab it with our bare hands this time.
Bob and I have a bad habit of doing that.
Don't we, though?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say I'm not a big fan of kale. Any other greens that could go in there?
Spinach.
Okay.
You don't even have to put greens in there. You could do mushrooms. I did this the other day at home with mushrooms and bacon, because both my children like mushrooms and bacon, and neither one of them like greens. So.
What if you have a nice ham with your Christmas dinner?
That would work.
And you have some leftovers the next morning.
You could do chicken.
Really?
Yeah, you could spice it up. You can make it Southwestern. It'd be a nice brunch item. You could put hot peppers in there. You could incorporate some salsa into the eggs. That would work. It's pretty blank canvas there. You could do a lot with it.
So how long does it need to stay into that?
6-7 minutes.
6-7 minutes, because it's on the broiler, so we need to keep an eye on it.
Really what you're doing with the broiler is where you don't cook the eggs all the way through in the pan. You're just cooking the top part of the eggs and browning the cheese.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
And like I say, you could do this with an egg substitute for folks that are lactose or allergic to eggs or vegetarian, anything like that.
Awesome.
So it's pretty versatile.
Yep. And we'll plate this up coming up in our next segment out here in the kitchen. And we'll remind you, you can go to our website, fox2127.com, go to the morning menu page to see this man's smiling face.
Yes.
And all of his menu items.
My plethora
all your recipes that are on there. So check that out. We'll be back out in the kitchen with Chef Tom in just a few moments.